All right. So a little bit different view today. Instead of filming going to work, I'm filming leaving work. So anyway, welcome to the channel. If you are tuning in again, thanks for showing up. If you're new here, this is the Adventures Out Here channel, where we try to find some fun in our everyday lives. So let's fucking rock and roll. Woo. It's a beautiful day out here. Love the cars you see. Yeah. Love the truck, brother. Oh man. So yeah, normally I film in the morning. I wanted to enjoy my ride this morning. It has been one hell of a week. I started up a new side gig doing some handyman and home renovation work, and I'm beat, man, between that and tattooing and trying to film. It's a lot. So, but it should be good, you know, learning some new skills and hopefully breaking into something that's gonna pan out a little bit longer than tattooing is. So yeah, man, pretty excited, but again, pretty tired. So anyway, we're gonna talk about the heavily debated 1,000-mile service from Harley-Davidson. So my bike is coming up on 900 miles, so I'm due for my 1K service pretty soon. And a lot of people talk about whether you should do the service yourself or if you should have Harley do it. So today I'm gonna give my opinion on that and see what you guys think. So in my opinion, I mean, you know, obviously you got to get the 1K service, and it's more than just you know, an oil change, you know, three-hole fluid change. It's more than an oil change and primary and all that. They do a multi-point inspection and a clutch adjustment, and they look your bike over and make sure there's no problems. And, you know, if you're not really mechanically inclined or not someone that's familiar with the bike, it might be a good idea to take it in and let the shop do it, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So a lot of people are debating the cost of the service itself, and upon my research, calling up my local dealer and just you know checking everyone else's experience out too, you get prices ranging from $400 to as much as $800. I've even seen $1,000 for the 1K service, which, you know, everything on a Harley is pretty expensive. I think that's to be expected. So let's just take the average. The average that I hear mainly is about $500 to $600. So let's take that as our starting point and go from there. So $500 to $600 takes a few hours, and if you're gonna do it yourself, you're gonna need a bunch of tools. Now, if you don't already have the tools, man, it is really fucking windy today. Holy shit. I'm getting blown all over the place. If you don't have all the tools, you're gonna have to buy them, and the cost is gonna rack up. So off the top of my head, right, you're gonna need a bike jack or a bike stand or something like that. You can do it on the kickstand, but it's just easier to do on a jack. So you could go the cheap route, get a Harbor Freight jack, probably about $100. Maybe you can find something used, you know. You could get a lift table, which is gonna run you $500 on a low end, up to a couple grand if you want something super nice, you know. Or like I said, you can grab something off Marketplace or go to Harbor Freight or whatever. So let's just say $150. You got $150 right there, and then, you know, you're gonna need different wrenches and different sockets and different that. So you probably got another $100 of tools there. You gotta buy you should buy, I don't say you have to, but you should buy the special like oil change, like three-hole change tools that Harley has. you know, where they have the placement of the oil filter in the front of the bike. It's in a real shitty spot, so you know they got this little thing you can stick up on there, and it catches the oil as it drains out. I don't remember how much those cost. I think on Amazon they're like maybe 80 bucks for the whole thing. I could be wrong, but I think that's about right there. So now we're at, you know, 150 plus another 100 plus 80. Let's just call it 50. So 150, you got another 100, so 200, and now you're at 300. You need a low profile oil pan, well, which is probably another 20-30 bucks. So now you're about 350, and then also the cost of the fluids and the gaskets and everything. That's, I think, it's another 150. So you're pretty much right at 500 bucks for just materials and doing this yourself. Now, the upside of that is when it's time to do a 5K service or a 10K service and subsequent services after that, you now have everything you need. So the only cost you have is, you know, fluids, seals, and time. So at that point is what is your time worth. Now, if you've never done it, you know, it'll probably take you a couple hours to kind of go through everything, watch some videos, learn how to do it, make some mistakes. Why is this guy driving so fucking slow? You know, as you do them, you're gonna get a little bit better and a little bit faster and a little bit. So, you know, you might be able to get the whole thing done in an hour, maybe less, you know, maybe more, who knows. But if you're very busy, for instance, like myself, working 2 jobs right now, and I have a 3-year-old, it's very challenging to carve out a couple of hours to you know, to work on the bike with undivided attention. You know, I could probably get my kid out there, but she's only gonna pay attention for like fucking 5 minutes. You know, she's not gonna sit out there while I do this. Like, it's just not something that's gonna happen. So, man, none of these motorcycle riders are waving today. What is up with that? Anyway, so what, you know, what's your time worth at that point? Now, let's take the flip side, take it over to Harley, have them do it. They're gonna check everything over. You know, you're gonna spend $500 or $600. You know, maybe spend a couple hours hanging out at Harley, or, you know, you have someone follow you over, you drop the bike off, you go run a few errands, you come back, your bike's good to go. Pick it up, ride it, you know, whatever. And if there's, you know, if you have an issue, you can complain and, you know, make some noise, and they'll take care of it for you. You know, if you fuck it up yourself at home, well, then you're kind of fucked, and you got to figure it out, which is a good skill. It's a good skill to have. You know, it's I'm an advocate. I'm a big advocate of working on your own stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to know how your shit works. Woo, boy, that was sick. I hope we caught that on the 360 cam. That's a sweet truck. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a big advocate of working on your own stuff, you know, but there's nothing wrong with taking it in and letting somebody work on it if you don't have the time, or you don't have the knowledge, or you're not comfortable, or you're just, you know, there's a lot of times where I'm on a time constraint, you know, I'm on a time crunch, and I can't get the time to do it myself. So it's nice to just fucking drop it off and let someone else do it, you know what I mean? It's kind of like what, you know, my dad used to say, you can either know how to do the stuff and save yourself a buck, or you can you know, make enough money to pay somebody else. And it's good to know how to do this stuff, and there's nothing wrong with paying someone to do it too, you know. It's a good way to save your ass. So I think in terms of the 1K service, for me, I'm probably gonna drop it off and let a local shop do it, only because like I said, I can't really carve out the time And then too, you know, maybe I can talk them into letting me sit back there and learning how to do it, you know. That's kind of the other thing. If you got a good rapport with whatever shop you're taking your shit to, you know, they might just be willing to teach you a few things, you know. And if you're fortunate enough that you know somebody that can do this for you and help you out and show you and impart some knowledge, learn a little bit about your bike, you know. I think a lot of people buy these type of bikes to go on longer trips and go hit some of the big bike rallies and check out the scenes and check out the hot spots that America has to offer, man. There's a lot of really cool things to see. And knowing how to work on your bike, knowing how to maintain it, knowing how to troubleshoot something if something goes wrong, that's a great skill to have. So I don't know, man. You know, let me know what you guys think. You know, do you guys do your own service? Do you pay someone else to do it? How do you feel about, you know, how do you feel about people that pay someone to work on their bike versus, you know, working on their bike by themselves? You know, are they hardcore enough? Are they a true biker? You know, what does that, I mean, what does that even mean? What does being a true biker even mean, you know? Because I tell you what, I love my bike, but I sure as fucking am not gonna give up my car to just ride my bike around and only have a bike and only live the bike life, you know. No, I am not about that. I'm sorry. I'm bougie. I'm spoiled. I want my air conditioning. I live in Florida. It's hot as a motherfucker out here. And that's another one too, man. If I'm out here cranking in the garage in the middle of summer in fucking Florida when it's 110 out, you know, or 100 degrees out, and it feels like it's 120 degrees, and it's wet. It's a fucking humid, wet 120. It ain't dry. You know, I'd almost prefer that dry fucking heat, like Arizona or something, over this fucking wet shit, man. I hate it. I hate going out and feeling like I jumped in a fucking jacuzzi with my clothes on and I'm just walking around that way. It's fucking brutal, you know. So I don't know. I think we're all bike enthusiasts. I think we're all motorcycle enthusiasts, and I think we've all got our bikes for different reasons. And you know, if you don't want to work on it, you want to pay someone else to, that's totally cool, man. I mean, I did my own handlebars recently because I didn't want to pay the shop fucking $3 grand, almost $4 grand to do handlebars, and man, it is classic car day. That's just dope, dude. Yeah, I didn't want to pay the shop like $4 grand to do handlebars, so I did it myself. And I had to wait until nighttime when everybody went to bed, and I was up till fucking, I don't know, man, probably 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning doing handlebars. And like most of the time was because I had to run cables through the bars. Taking the bars and shit apart was fucking easy. So yeah, I mean, in that instance, I don't think I would have paid $3 grand anyway, but I think I would have rather paid someone to do it. But now I know how to do it, and if anybody wants their handlebars done, let me know. I'll fucking do them for you. And I won't do them for $3 grand. I'll do them for like 500 bucks. So you bring me 500 bucks and a case of beer, and I will do your fucking handlebars for you. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, for me, doing the 1K service, I'm gonna take it up to Harley or maybe take it to a local shop because I don't feel like fucking doing it. Also, too, I'm trying to get a little birthday ride going in a couple weeks. Obviously, that'll be done and over by the time this video drops. But I got my 40th birthday coming up in about 2 weeks here. I want to get my homies together to ride, so I just want to drop my bike off, have them take a look at it and make sure it's all prepped and ready to go, and that way I don't have to fucking worry about it, man. You know, it's like I said, it's trouble free. It's under warranty. Someone will take care of it for me if there's a problem, you know. And this is my first Harley too. That's another one. So like, if I was familiar with this bike a little bit more, not saying that I don't want to get familiar, dude, come on, guy. You know, you get a good day to ride, and there's always one asshole that's just not fucking paying attention and has to drive slow as shit and be on the phone, and it's just annoying. And now I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. Like I said, I'm trying to get a little ride together for myself, and I just want to pay someone to do it and make sure it's all ready to go, and I don't have to do it. And yeah, I do want to learn about my bike. I'm not saying I don't, and I will. I'll take that time. There's going to be plenty of time to do oil changes and primary changes and clutch adjustments and all other shit. I just think it's okay to not have to wrench on your own work, you know? It's like, I'll take for instance, like this new shit that I'm doing, this new side job thing. I'm doing some home construction renovation stuff, and I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get decent at it, and fucking my girl is gonna want me to do some work, you know, and it's gonna suck. Alright, Jesus, man, what is happening? Yeah, they're gonna, she's gonna want me to do some work around the house, and I'm gonna go no, because I know what it's like. I know how much of a pain in the ass it is. I know how much work it is. It's your own personal house. It's your own personal stuff. And you want to make sure it's perfect. And above and beyond that. And I'm going to go, no, I'm going to pay somebody to do it. Because I don't fucking want to do it. It's even the same thing with tattooing for me. Like, I don't want to tattoo myself. I can. Sometimes I don't even want to tattoo some of my friends. Okay, that's a lie. I do want to tattoo my friends. I like tattooing my friends. I'd much rather tattoo my friends than my clients. Or like not my clients, but like my like random people. Tattooing friends is so much more fun. But I don't know. Bad analogy there. Bad analogy. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with paying someone else to do your service for you. I do think you should learn how to do it, just so you have the knowledge. That way, if you're strapped for cash or you're stranded somewhere, you know how to work on your bike. That's important. So don't sell that short. But let's not hate on people because they choose to have their bike modified and serviced, and have other people do the work for them, right? We're all part of a big bike community, and that's what makes it cool. That's what makes it fun. So, oh man, it is a nice day out. I honestly, I wish I had a little more time to cruise around today, because it's beautiful, man. The ride this morning was nice and cool. I was able to just wear a hoodie and really enjoy that cooler weather. Yeah, man, I also just got a new seat for my bike. Fucking Facebook Marketplace strikes again. I ended up picking up a LaPera Outcast Daddy Longleg seat, and this thing is, so far it's been nice. I mean, I've only taken it on the one ride, but it's been, the position is much more comfortable. I had the Harley Sundowner seat originally on this bike, and I was way too far forward up on the tank. So now I feel like I'm in a good position. I think I need to adjust my handlebars back just a tad now, but I feel like I'm in a comfortable position. And you know what fucked me though? It fucked me on I got some new highway pegs. I don't know if you can see them down there, but now I put them on when I had the Sundowner seat on, and they're in a good position. But now they're like, I gotta adjust them now. I gotta get them a little bit back to me. And I need to adjust this right one up some. I think I put it down a little too low. But yeah, the seat pushed me back a couple of inches, and now I'm like, ah, damn it, man. You know, that's the problem with going down the modification rabbit hole. You do one thing and it snowballs into something else. It just turns into a whole mess. Ooh, barbecue boys? Yeah. This strip of road usually has a ton of really cool taco trucks and food trucks, and they got one guy that comes out and he's got these like gigantic cast iron woks. Like, I think he has like 6 of them on a trailer that he just fires up and makes the most banging fucking food, man. It's so good. And that's the shit we're gonna get into in the channel too, not just talking specifically about the bike, but we're gonna find some good spots to eat. We're gonna find some good places to go ride. We're gonna find some good places to just hang out, even if you don't have a bike. You know, I don't, like I said, man, this channel's about finding an adventure everywhere, no matter what. You know, whether you're in a car, whether you're in a motorcycle, whether you got a bicycle, or you're just walking. You know, we're gonna find some fun for you, and that's the whole point. So I think I've kind of run out of some shit to talk about. I'm almost home, so we're just gonna ride. We're just gonna ride. Oh, you know what? I wish I had known that. So I didn't. Harley does some cool stuff. I talked about in my last video that, like, you know, like Harley's kind of a cult, but like they really do. They really put on a good group thing going on. And today they got the swap meet over at my local Harley, which I wish I had known about in advance so that I could have run out there. But I got to get back home. I got some things to do around the house, but yeah, I was like checking out the Instagram for Harley here, and there's so much cool. I'm like, bro, I'd be so broke, and like not only just buying the bike, but there's just so much cool. Like, there's a ton of cool parts and clothes and just like vintage shit that is like really cool, man, that they had out there. And I'm a sucker. Like, this is the most biker shit ever, but I am a sucker for some gaudy rings, you know, some fashion. I love a good piece of jewelry. Yeah, they got somebody out there with like all these custom made rings made out of old Harley parts and stuff, and that shit's cool as fuck. You know, if you ever get a chance, you should pop by. Hopefully I can time the next one to go ride the bike up and get some video footage and make a little vlog about that, because that would be sick, you know. Unfortunately, my SD card filled up and I wasn't able to catch the last few minutes of that ride home. So basically what I was saying was that Harley Davidson here, my local Harley, had a swap meet, and I didn't find out about it until last minute. Thought it was kind of a cool idea to just be able to go up, meet some people, and check out some parts, and, you know, maybe catch something you might need for your bike, or, you know, maybe have something for someone else. So you should definitely check it out. Go check out some group events. Go check out some of the events Harley puts on, some bike nights and other things like that. So if you like the content, please subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. I really appreciate all the support. Can't wait to drop another video for you guys. Have a good one.